Am I the a-hole for asking my family for help after having a surprise baby? I'm 18. On Thursday evening, I unexpectedly gave birth to a baby boy. I had what's called a cryptic pregnancy. I didn't know I was pregnant up until the moment I gave birth to my son. It was a massive shock to everyone, and for most part of the family, and the father was supportive. The baby was born at 35-week gestation, so there was some NICU time. Since the baby came out unexpectedly, we haven't had time or money to prepare. So far, all we've got is car seat for him to come home, and that's been borrowed. Some clothes and some Tumor formula provided by the hospital from when we got home. I felt guilty doing this, but I'm in need of help quickly. So I posted on my Facebook, which was both sides of my family and close friends only, asking for anyone had old newborn items they don't use anymore. Baby's father saw this post and he texted me telling me to take it down. When I was either of us nor our parents have money to prepare for the baby that's already been born so quickly, and I will take any help he can get. I did end up taking the post down, but apparently someone already shared the post with a family member of his, who told the rest of his extended family. They're hyper-religious and are now all hounding him. He thinks I'm TA for posting it to begin with. I don't think I am, but I think I need an outside source. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for not agreeing to move to halfway across the country for my husband's dream job? My husband has been at his job for 9 years, and he started at one of the most entry-level positions and have worked his way on pretty well throughout the years. We live in New England, which is the home base for the company. But in the last few years, they branch out and have several other locations. Long story short, the position at the location opened up and he was approached last week about transferring there to fill it. It's the position he's been working towards all these years, and I know how much it means to him, but I can't imagine leaving our life here. Both of our families live here, and I lost my brother in 2019 and he's buried here. We have a 2-year-old son. I always envisioned raising my children here in New England. It just seems like such a big change. Different culture, different weather, away from our family. His boss was pretty up in front with him about it and said any opening is like this, unless someone gets fired. Won't be available again for at least another 6 to 8 years. My husband really wants this job and thinks we could just adjust to TN and that I should support him and be willing to move. But I told him I'm sorry, but I can't. He was so upset and said that I'm only thinking about myself and he wouldn't ask me to move unless he thought we would like it there. We visited Nashville twice and I really enjoyed it, but I feel like visiting somewhere and living there aren't the same. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for not caring that my sister got fired because I was fired? My sister, 25, and I, 27, have weird relationship most of our lives. Close at first and then developed different interests and didn't really hang out at all much. And then when I was 13 and she was 11, got interested in hanging out again. At which point, she ended up taking on 2 of my hobbies in the effort to bond with me. She ended up being better than me and them, dance and video games, and it crushed me. My sister was always more popular of us in school, had a better looks, and just generally seemed to have it easier. I always felt, and then to have her to come in, not even caring about the activities but doing them just because I did them, and being so much better than me, I was mad. It was always jealous, yes, but I was a child. And one who was used to seeing her interests, basketball and softball mostly, being encouraged, praised, and supported by our parents while mine were kind of dismissed as something special. Our parents didn't care about her doing it so long as she didn't give her supports up. One time I asked why I didn't take her to my friends to play video games, and I told her I didn't want my time with my friends ruined by seeing how perfect she was. She told me she couldn't help but pick things up easily and I shouldn't be so sensitive and love her enough to be happy for her. When I was and I still wouldn't bring her, she ended up pretty pissed at me. What happened then was my senior high school, she decided to reveal to everyone she tortured me in math for 3 years because of my learning disability. It was something very few people knew and I was ashamed of it. And when she did that, it made our relationship got stone cold. We didn't really talk after that. She's been in the same job for 2 years now and she was rising in the company. I knew she worked there, but the details I was given for a job was it was in another building. Turns out they ended up liking me for another position better. My sister. And when I took the job, she got fired. We both found out when we showed up to get a tour out of the office, and let us just say she was pissed. She told me to quit so they'd keep her, and I said no. She asked if I didn't care at all, and I said not really. She told me it was pity and did it intentionally, but I really didn't. My worst nightmare would be working with her, which is why I went to original position. I didn't want to be in the same building. I'm getting shit from my parents about this, and we hardly talk as it is. Everyone thinks that I'm an ass for not caring that my getting this job means my sister lost hers. Am I the a-hole?